Okay, I found a couple of things I want to talk about today. The first thing is a little bit of history. If you look on the back of this AC adapter here, I was looking for a adapter plug for an LCD screen and I found this. It says no serviceable parts inside. Now this is something that started appearing, as I remember it, back in the 70s and 80s when cheap Japanese electronics started coming to America. It used to be that almost everything had screws in the back and was repairable. This use of discrete circuitry was more common. But AC adapters nowadays use a bit more, well, I mean, they still use discrete circuitry, but they're a bit more balanced, and you don't have this over-engineering of sorts. Well, this kind of thing means that even though this adapter might take a lot of abuse, it might be dropped, get wet, get hot, overheat, and everything else. It definitely takes a lot of abuse from day to day. So sooner or later it will fail, but it will probably fail in, I don't know, 20 years. And the product that you bought probably won't last that long anyway. So the adapter will probably sit in a box long after whatever you bought with it is gone. Well, so to fix this problem, they say no serviceable products inside. And we all know that's not true. There's just a bunch of transformers and rectifier circuits and thyristors and things like that inside of here. Simple stuff to fix and repair. So, yeah, people kind of ignored that maybe. So what they took to doing was, instead of having the screws, they started gluing shut the adapter. Well, why not glue it shut? Because there's nothing serviceable inside, right? Why spend the money telling people that it's serviceable, not serviceable inside, and put screws in it when we just glue it shut? If that's not a conspiracy, I don't know what is. Well, anyway, the reason they want to do that also is, if you buy a product, sometimes the AC adapter itself is a lot of the product's cost. Not at retail, not at the retail level, but when you are talking about replacement parts and aftermarket items, then if you buy something for 80 euros, then what will happen is, if you go and try and find the replacement adapter for that product, then you will find out that the replacement adapter from the manufacturer costs way more than you're willing to pay. Nothing that I want to deal with, especially with companies like Apple and Sony and others, where they have the brand name, and so even though it's very simple circuitry on the inside and generic circuitry on the inside, the fact that they put their label on the outside raises the price again. An example of that is my printer. So here we have my printer. It comes with this AC adapter. It runs from 100 to 240 to 12 volts. Now, replacing this, I'm not going to do. I don't need to. This printer is brand new. But what happened was, since I want to run the printer on 12 volts instead of AC power, instead of the mains, well, yeah, I just thought I would just cut off the pigtail. But then I kind of didn't want to be, unless I knew that I could replace the unit. For some reason, I don't know, kind of hesitated. So what I did was I started looking up online this this adapter and how much it costs, and try and get the best price I could. The absolute best price that I could get was 34 euros. And this is absolutely ridiculous price because the entire printer only cost 84 euros. Yeah, so for 40% of the cost goes into this thing. And you know, if this actually did fail and I needed another one, they've done a couple of things here that really bug me. They use this three-prong plug. Now this is just not any three-prong plug. They could have very well used this. There's this standard three-leaf clover type of plug. You see them in most electronics, but instead they use this. The gauge of wire is not any heavier. It's actually probably lighter on the inside, but they use this sealed, strange configuration of plug. I haven't been able to find the other side to this, the female end of this. If anybody knows where I can find that, then please, yeah, make a comment, let me know. Well, anyway, so that is it for today. Well, I have other things to do.